Welcome back to the Nerd Lair. Today I was going to do a different kind of video, and the reason for this video, I have been seeing a lot of Facebook posts about the new McFarlane series with the NBA that they're coming out with. I've been putting it in comment sections. It has bothered me to no end. I know that this is like a little crazy. When you take a look around, I'm a toy guy in my 30s. I have such a nostalgic place in my heart for McFarlane Sports Picks figures. I love his work. I am a McFarlane fan. I'm going to say that first off before I start ragging on this a little bit. Lately, I've just felt that the Sports Pick line is the biggest money-grubbing line because I just feel the quality is not there. It's not a good figure. When I have an Imports Dragon Aaron Rodgers, I have a Brett Favre from the mid-2000s, and I have a Jordan Love that was just released. All Packer players. I'm a big Packer fan. I'm just going to be honest in my review of these things and hopefully point it out to you so that maybe we can get some better figures here. I want to see awesome figures again. They're coming out with the fully transposable ones. They're not for me. They're coming out with all old players that we have 3 million starting lineups for, and it's just not for me. So without further ado, let's take a look. I'm a big fan of McFarlane. You can see here I have his Spider-Man comic. I appreciate him as an artist. I appreciate the company because honestly, I look forward to all of their releases. Here are some of my McFarlane. I feel justified in this video in that I have spent money over the years. My dad has spent money over the years on these figures. They are very near and dear to me because they're my childhood. Here's even my loose bin full of different figures and helmets. Some of my figures on a shelf, the big 12-inch ones. And so I absolutely love these figures to death. Let's get into it here. So here is the Jordan Love figure. And as you can notice, he isn't the worst figure on the planet, right? I mean, you take a look at it and you're like, yeah, I mean, it semi-resembles Jordan Love. There's a semi-neat stand that comes with it, albeit cardboard for the most part. But I'm a card collector, whatever. But once you take a closer look, you start to realize that this figure could just be that much better. And we won't even get into the price point yet. If you take a look at his helmet there in the picture, it really doesn't look like it when you get there. It's super dusty because of the way that the stand is. And so if you take a look at him, he doesn't have much for detail, though I do like the ears here. I appreciate that. When you put him up against what I think is a pretty crummy figure in an Import Dragon, they don't look all that dissimilar. They have the bare bones of detail in these figures. Yeah, sure, Aaron Rodgers wears sleeves, but where's definition? Where is any of the branding? His captain patch looks off. The football doesn't even look like a legit football. And unfortunately, the figures kind of resemble that. Here they are side by side. If you look at these, you go, these potentially could be the same company that made these two figures without stands or anything. And now we compare it to what I think is the holy grail of football figure. Take a look at the detail here. And there's a little bit of paint smudge, but this is the earliest Favre you can find. And the football looks real, and the helmet looks like you could put it on. There is dirt all over his back and his pants. He's got so much definition in his arms, you can even see his arm hair. And Brett Favre had a lot of arm hair. There's Reebok on the sleeves. There's NFL shields on there. The chin strap has texture. This Brett Favre's waist belt or his hand warmer looks legit. There's like breakup in the number from where people hit him. His socks have grass stains and mud, and his cleats look good. You can't see the dust on the fields either. When you take a look at these side by side, it's not even close. One looks like a legit jersey, and does that even look like a Packer jersey when you hold it up next to it? Jordan Love, I mean, it minorly looks like him. The chin straps even, they don't look legit. They look like just molded plastic. The helmet is fairly accurate, but for whatever reason, the face mask looks terrible. And the hand warmer doesn't look good. The cleats, there's hardly any dirt. They did the bare minimum. And look at the work McFarlane can do. Look at the texture. Now, granted, we don't want to see all these joints and things on a McFarlane, but they could do without it and make it a statue per se. They do a really good job. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Why is he going on and on about these figures? What it boils down to is the price. The price of a current day McFarlane is anywhere from $30 to $40 now, which to me is just insane. We could go down a rabbit hole about action figures in general, but when you're charging $30 a figure, you hope to see those details that I see in the Favre. Whereas in 2004 to 2006, those NFL figures were in stores from anywhere between $12 to $15, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of money. And it was more money back then, I understand, but it's not $30 worth of money. I am very disappointed at the price markup and then the degradation of the figure itself. Especially when McFarlane itself sells their Batman figures, which I feel are much better, and they're not just statues, at only $20 a piece. I hope that this goes to show, like, I'm a huge fan. I love McFarlane as a brand. I just think that we got to get back to form with some of the details in these figures. And I know this is a 12-inch, but these figures are absolutely gorgeous back in the day, and they're just not doing a service to these players in this era, in my opinion. And I know that the market for collectors like me is very small, but maybe shedding a little light will get some better figures in the future. Tell me what you think about McFarlane figures and the state of action figures today. Tell me what you think about the sports picks. Am I overreacting? Do you think that I am incorrect here? What are your favorite McFarlanes? Toss them in the comments below. I read every comment. I try to get back to every comment. I absolutely love when people leave me comments down below on what they think of the videos. And as always, may the good Lord bless you and have a good one. Peace.